We're asked to find the equation of a plane through three ordered triples. Now, let's recall that in order to get the plane equation, we're going to need two pieces of information. We need any point that's in the plane, and we have plenty. We have three ordered triples. And then secondarily, we need a vector that is perpendicular to the plane, or we'll also call that a normal vector. So let's take a look at the graph and see if we can understand or get an idea about how to come up with this normal vector. Again, we have plenty of points to choose from. So we're in GeoGebra.com, and I've graphed these three ordered triples so that we can take a look at what is needed in order to find the equation of the plane that passes through all three. Remember, to get an ordered triple in GeoGebra, you have to call it a capital letter. With a lowercase letter, it will give us a vector. But in order to determine the equation of the plane that passes through these ordered triples, essentially we need two vectors that are in the plane. And what we'll start off with is saying, I'm going to call one of the vectors vector v. Again, lowercase is going to give me a vector when I open up the parens. And we'll talk about the vector from the origin out to this point that we've called p. Now remember, the components of that vector are going to be the terminal ordered triple minus the initial ordered triple. So all of these points minus all of those, well, that's our points of p, 2, negative 4, 6, minus 0, 0, 0. So that's going to be the same as 2, negative 4, 6, giving me that vector that originates at the origin and terminates at our point p. Let's call the next vector w being the one that starts at the origin and terminates at q, which is going to be 5 minus 0, comma, 1 minus 0, comma, 3 minus 0, and there's my ordered triple that is the terminal point of q. So here I have two vectors that are in the desired plane, right? And once I have two vectors in the plane, I can really just take the cross product of these two vectors. The cross product of any two vectors is going to be perpendicular to those two vectors. So that perpendicular vector can be used as the normal vector that would also be perpendicular to the plane that contains these two vectors. So again, let's find those two vectors algebraically. Let's call this one O for origin, and this would be point P and point Q. And we're looking for the vector from O to P, which is going to be, we'll do pointy bracket notation, the terminal point of P minus the initial point from O, so that's going to be 2 minus 0, negative 4 minus 0, and 6 minus 0, and all of that comes together nicely to just match the terminal point, the point at which our vector ends. And then from O to Q, we're going to have, again, terminal minus initial, so it's 5 minus 0, 1 minus 0, and 3 minus 0, again giving us the same components as the terminal point since this vector originates at the origin. Now in order to get vector n that's perpendicular to this and this, we're going to take OP vector and cross product it with OQ vector, right? And so remember, the cross product is this theoretical determinant where our first row is going to be ijk, our second row is 2, negative 4, 6, our third row is 5, 1, 3, and we're going to come up with this 3 by 3 determinant. So we'll take our I vector and multiply it by whatever the scalar quantity is that is the determinant of the remaining 2 by 2 vector. So that's going to be negative 12, the product of these two, minus the product of these two, which is going to be 6, and then we'll close the parens. Now we'll say subtract the j vector times the determinant of the 2 by 2 matrix that remains after we eliminate the j row and column. So that's going to be 2 times 3, which is 6, minus 5 times 6, which is 30, and that is our second determinant, plus k times the determinant of the matrix that remains when I eliminate the k row and column. So this is going to then be 2 times 1, which is 2, minus the product of negative 4 times 5, which is negative 20. So that's going to be plus 20. Subtract a negative 20 is plus 20. So our normal vector is going to be, the scalar is negative 18 multiplied by my I vector. We have negative 24 in here, but then another negative from outside, so this is going to be plus 24j. And then 2 plus 20 is going to be 22k. This is the normal vector in IJK notation. We can also write that using pointy bracket notation, which is going to just be the components, negative 18, 24, and 22. Remember, the equation for a plane is going to be a times x minus x naught, b times y minus y naught plus c times z minus z naught, where a, b, and c are the components of the normal vector, which we just found to be negative 18, 24, and 22. And the x naught, y naught, z naught is the ordered triple that I'm choosing as the point within the plane. Now, we have 3 ordered triples to choose from, but because the origin is one of them, I'm going to choose that. It's going to make my computation a good bit easier. So then we'll say negative 18 is the horizontal component of my, or the x component, I guess I should say, of my normal vector, times x minus x naught. Well, if we're using 0, 0, 0, our ordered triple here, then we're just going to have negative 18 times x here, plus the y component of my normal vector is 24 times y minus 0, which is just going to be y, plus the z component of my normal vector, which is going to be 22, times z minus 0, which is just going to be z. And this is the equation of the plane that passes through those 3 ordered triples. And we'll now want to take this over to GeoGebra to check our answer. So here we are back over in GeoGebra, and we're going to input our plane equation to check our answer. So we'll input negative 18x plus 24y plus 22z and set that equal to 0 to see our plane. Now we just want to rotate this around to see if it does look to pass through our 3 ordered triples. And yes, it looks like we have calculated the correct plane equation, verified in GeoGebra.